But what is up, guys? I'm back. It's Tuesday. RodthePlanter, we're here for you guys, and you're here for us. We appreciate you showing up. All my newbies and my old timers. I appreciate you guys coming in. How's Tuesday going? It's going great up in here. We're listening to some classical music today, guys. Tell me, what was it?
Tchaikovsky?
Tchaikovsky, yeah. I never even seen it spelt before. I was sitting there, I've heard Tchaikovsky like 1,000 times, but I was sitting there reading it on the thing. I was like, who is this? Because there's a T at the beginning of it if you didn't know. It's tight.
If you didn't know.
It's tight.
If you don't know,
Now you know, man. Yeah, that's, tell him, baby. Nigga. Oh, but for real.
Ow, it hurt.
We're in a super good mood this morning, guys. Like, I don't know, we're just having a good time, man. Lots of things growing, lots of businesses going off. I got my business cards in.
Yay.
Look for my black card. Look for my black card if you need me.
It's
They're
official.
dope. Yeah. My brother is just learning new skills every day, man. He's turning into like a graphic designer, like a boss, photographer. Hey, if you need anything done, holler at Shop by Marcus. He does product. Tell him about Shop by Marcus.
Alright,
guys,
so
it's awesome.
I'm a photographer, so basically I'll take pictures of your shit. And
Any
it's
shit.
gonna look good.
Great.
And that's why I have business cards. And
Hey, Lance Taylor.
Hey, Lance, I got your pictures. They're coming
they're
today
coming.
in like an hour and a half. You'll have pictures.
Hashtag I shoot things.
I shoot things.
I shoot things.
I shoot things.
He's good, man. Hey, guys, he produces my show and everything. He's the one that helped me set up this live stream from the ground up. All the cameras up there, over there, the lights. I mean, he can do it all, guys. He has a lot of skills. So if you need something done like that, you need product, definitely, bands, South by Southwest, we're going to be out there pretty much every single day. So, look for us, and we'll be doing some cool things, going live from different events. Hey, I got an event on March 10th already. We're going to be doing this awesome party at Spider House Ballroom. So, hey, guys, if you're in Austin for South by and you want to kick it off right, if you're from Austin especially, come check us out. March 10th, that's this Friday, and it's going to be going 2 to 2. So, I mean, it's like all day. We got like 40 plus damn artists there. I'm going to be speaking there. I'm going to do a whole live seminar, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of friends hanging out at Spider House. And like I said, kick it off our way before everybody just comes and like tramples all over our damn city and shit. So.
Makes us not want to go to work.
Yeah, you go. Traffic going to be a bitch for like ever. So either way, we'll kick it off right and then we'll hide. Like
Till the 29th.
Till the 29th. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, we got nothing not on the 29th. I think it's on the 23rd.
Oh.
Ooh.
Even better.
Even better. We'll talk about that. That's still a secret show. Hey, guys, we're going to be coming out with some parties of my own. That's like how I want to present my content in a live form. I'm not going to sit around with a damn microphone and just be like with a slideshow and shit and tell you why you should be successful in life and how you can get, No, but seriously, I want to do it my own way, man. And I like fun, When people are in a state of joy or just exhilarance or just fun, like I said, fun plus work. When you're in that state of fun, you're a lot more receptive to new ideas. And being receptive to new ideas is just so important to learning, to growing, to doing anything. Is you have to be able to widen your perception of life. And to be able to interchange that perception, be able to understand things from different perspectives and analyze your life in different perspectives, just to get a whole picture of what the world's like. I love there's a cool story I learned in one of my psychology classes. They were talking about there's 8 blind men, and each one of these blind men were coming up to a elephant, right? But like, they don't know the other men are there. They only know themselves because they're blind. They're only stuck in like their own perspective. You understand? So they go and the moral of the story is one man touches like the trunk and he says like, oh, it's hard and long and feels like a tree or something like that. But each person is feeling a different part of the elephant and none of them can tell what the damn thing is because they're only looking at this little piece of the whole puzzle. But when they get together and they start talking about it and describing, what each one of them sees, and how each one of them feels different things from the different perspectives they're at, then they can start to begin to put the whole picture together, making it, an elephant. And it's just it's a easy representation of that idea of why it's so important to be able to lift your blinders sometimes, to not just be so focused in on one problem or one goal even. Sometimes we can just get so narrowed in on something. We have to be able to like step back sometimes and look. We were talking the other day about how you can just, if you get like that, when you get stuck in something sometimes, one wrong move could set your whole course off by like miles. We were talking about like if you were like walking through the woods, right? And it's just easy to do. It's so easy to do. People don't think about their choices or their decisions even on a micro level, right? We only think about these really big decisions we have in life, when I'm gonna get married or when, I'm gonna get that big promotion in my job. So, then I have to decide if I'm gonna choose this career path or that career path or, whatever. It's like the game of life, when you play a little game of life and there's always like just a couple big decisions you gotta make. Well, you're gonna go to college or you're gonna get a job, guy? Well, my dad's always been a hardworking man. I'm gonna get a job, man. I'm gonna just get out here and start making it. They've been selling us the game of life right to our face. But it's more than that, though, right? And we all know it's more than that because if you could just make a couple quick little moves and be there, it'd be a game. But it's not. So you have these little itty-bitty decisions every day to make. And sometimes if you're really narrow and just super focused in on something, you might take a step. I don't know, man. Dodge a bad relationship real quick. Oh, shit. Catch yourself. But you were walking on the path and you were like going somewhere, and you see where you're going, but it's just that one mental like lapse where you focus in on some dumb shit, I don't know, like you don't want to step in the poop and you're like, oh. And it can be just this little decision that you make, right? It seems insignificant or nothing at all. Maybe it's a constant little decision you make every day to stay somewhere you shouldn't be or to continue to, be in a habit. We're creatures of habit. But you keep making this habit, it's a little decision. And a little decision. And over time, the further you go making that decision over and over, or like I said, unconsciously, you'll begin to make these little decisions. Like I said, they become habits, right? The way you act in your relationships, the way you approach how you do your business, the way those things interact together, the way you interact with your kids, they become these habits. And over time, you can really get separated or lost from where you thought you were going. It's so easy. Like I said, I was just talking about you're walking in the woods, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going there. But you start to forget that in the woods, it's kind of hard to gain relevance. Remember, we just said perspective. Everything looks the same, right? Every day looks the same. You feel that? Like, no, what are you talking about, man? I've been growing, dude, but when you stop and you look, you kind of don't really know where you're at. All the trees look the same. My point. So you can say you're like, I'm going on this goal, but if you don't have any kind of relevance or perspective on what exactly that means, like you don't have a map, right? Or like a trail to follow is my favorite. Just don't go walking out in the woods with no damn compass, or no map at all, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to dodge something. You're like, I'm going right there to that tree. That one right there. You're going to go to that tree? Hell yeah, I'm at that tree. Okay, let me see you go. And you're walking, and like I said, just like that, there's going to be a valley or a dip or some shit, a boulder you're going to have to climb over, and it'll be like, yeah, hell yeah. Got over that shit. I'm going right to that tree right there. Are you sure? You sure you weren't going to that tree? Or that tree? Or that tree? And you lost. But if you had a trail, trails are easy, man. You just up. No. It's just an analogy, though, to drive home this idea that decisions aren't just left or right, and then I get there. It's all the time just making sure you're staying on the path. And the path winds and dips and goes through wherever the fuck it goes through, man. We run on some crazy trails out here through my woods. And we never even knew they existed for the longest time because we were afraid of it back there. I'm like, I don't want to go back there. And we're not very, I'm not an outdoorsy guy anymore. I only had like a really bad skin condition and stuff like that. So I couldn't, get around grass and stuff like that. I made it through the Army, And then it got real bad. So I got this fear of being out in the wilderness and allergies really just tearing my shit up. So we stayed out of it for a really long time. But as I started to heal, you know, my body started to heal itself. And just as I started getting stronger and being able to get out and, you know, just do things and experience life again, I started challenging myself too. I was like, okay, well, let me see what's out here. So we go walking and, man, like I said, I found trails. And so it's not that scary. I mean, no, I don't go fucking beating through the bushes like, you know, like I'm, you know, lumberjack or nothing, but I can get out there and I can follow these trails and have a great time, experience nature, and never really have to like get in it. And I think it's kind of like a metaphor for, I don't know, what I do for people, you know? I help people build that little path so they can just kind of follow that. Hell, I've gotten here just by following other people's little fucking paths they've left. You know, so, I don't know, but I guess we're going to talk a little more about that. I've been talking about it a lot already, but about just this difference between thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions. A lot of people just be using all three to do all kinds of different shit, and then that's why they be like all over the goddamn place.
I don't understand why I can't like not get angry at him when he yells at me.
But he makes me mad. I'd be like,
you make decisions based on those emotions.
That, and I'd be like, but you're not gonna always be mad. See, mad is such a nearsighted goal. How long are you gonna be mad for? 10 minutes, an hour, 2 days, like a week?
Couple days.
Yeah, like 3 days tops before you be like,
What
fuck.
am I mad about?
Fuck. What's going on, man? How do I get back? But it's hard. After a while, making those decisions, it gets hard. So, we can talk about that idea of separating those things and what all three of those things do. I'm gonna give you some other cool shit about like just the tip about life, and Oliver's gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you a really funny story about learning, right? And about how it's really hard to learn new things when you don't know how to learn them, right? So it's like deductive reasoning, right? When you're talking about like there's this philosophical idea about deductive reasoning and how you learn, and it's based off of two things you think you know. It's just two things, and then the things you think you know are the things that will kill you, right? Starting a business costs a lot of money. Are you sure? Are you absolutely positive of that? See, you got to start there because most people will. They'll throw that out there and they'll say, oh, I can't start a business, man. I couldn't afford to rent out a studio. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? But most people don't, and they pretend like they do. And then they go out learning about the world based off of these things they think they already know when they don't know shit about it. We do this all the time. You ever find yourself sitting around arguing with your friends about shit you both don't know what the fuck you're talking about? And you're both arguing because no, fuck no, man. It'll never happen like that. You know, we can never get back to Mars. No, listen to me, Mars. No, dude, easily. Mars is like, hey, I'll call up fucking
Elon Musk.
No. I'm going blank on my board right now. Chris, I call my buddy Chris right now. He working NASA. He a goddamn rocket scientist right now. I'll tell you when we're gonna build a bubble on Mars. But me and you will sit here and argue about that shit like we know what the fuck we're talking about. I'm like, no, see, look, the CO2 levels and the oxygen will never mix. And then how many rockets have left? How many rockets have left since 1988? I don't know, but we'll make up some shit, won't we? We'll make up some shit to prove our point, though. I'm gonna tell you how to kind of just unwire that real quick. Just real fast, we're gonna talk about the difference between the things you think you know, what you actually know. And what, like I said, just a better way of going about learning. I have made it through maybe one semester of college in total. Okay, I was in the Army. Army's awesome, but there's a lot of dumb people that came out the damn Army too. Okay, a lot way more smart people. I promise you. I mean, these guys are out here running circles around us. They're the best of the best of the best of the best. Don't get it twisted. But my point is, honestly, everything I've learned about business, about investing my money, about networking, drawing resources, making new friends and pals. I mean, you name it, dude. Everything it's Google, man. Google gave that shit to me. I am a scholar of the University of Google. If y'all haven't made that shit, no, they got that. They have to have that already.
No, there is.
There is? Okay,
Yeah.
So I'll probably attend the University of Google. I mean, I already got my master's. I mean, I just go to the actual university to get my doctorate. Everything I've ever needed to know was just right there in that little itty bitty white block. Just waiting for you, man. It's just right there. All you gotta do is ask it the right question. If you just ask this stupid whatever the hell they made, I don't know what the hell this thing is. I got a fan with me in the studio, guys, so that's why I keep looking over. It's this little white thing right here, and man, whatever magic Google put into that, I appreciate that, my nigga, because that's how I came up. Thank you, Google. I know y'all are trying to take over the world, and you should, because y'all are awesome. You make my life so much easier every single day.
Y'all need to stop playing. Just go ahead and combine with Amazon and shut this shit down.
Just kill them all. Just put it away. I'm done with Walmart. I'm done. Boy, call me. I'll help y'all make it happen. I'm ready. Okay.
Rod the matchmaker.
Man, for real, man, for real. I love Google so much, and that's my point, man. But a lot of people don't have the same appreciation I have for Google. Like, they don't see it that way. But I see it as like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I take it for granted.
You don't know what you're doing with that little white block. If you was asking that, we talked about it on the show, guys. Quality questions. They work everywhere. If you could ask this little white block some quality questions, it can give you some motherfucking seriously quality answers.
You can do literally
anything. I mean, literally, I've done it all. And I'll tell you what, I appreciate the Army for that, because they did teach me how to do that one thing. Follow the motherfucking directions.
Follow those directions.
Follow the goddamn instructions.
That's why they put them there. Oh boy.
If y'all don't read a book, I swear to God. I swear to God.
You said it a couple weeks ago. How many rich people are going to tell you to read books before you pick one out?
I get up on my pulpit real quick. I swear to God. I swear to God. If you do not read a book. No, for real. And follow the instructions, man. It's that easy. That's why I told you. Hell, call me. I'll build you a path in like 30 seconds to whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Expansion specialist. Specialist at that shit. I will give you bang, bang, bang. And you just... It's really that simple. But, either way, that Tchaikovsky, man, is having me have a great morning.
Feeling them vibes.
Hey guys, so we've been locking down some more partners in horticulture marketing too. We got another little brand. So like I said, I love this part, right? Like I love the, like I said, the perspective shifting and the seeing people's lives change and how they can just be somebody one day and somebody completely different, or you know, out there just, I don't know, I have this way of just being able to inspire people to change the way they look at their world, really, just now, you know, you don't even have to do anything really to get a different view, you know. The only reason I see the world so much different and I guess clearer now is because I had a lot of people along the way shifting my perspective of it. And, you know, I wish I had my globes over here, but it's really big. And I really realized we all live in bubbles. Just these little bubbles. Just these little things. And it's mostly driven by that idea of our emotions. Because like we talked about, our emotions will keep us very nearsighted and just stuck in a fear is a big one. A lot of people don't grow because they're just afraid of that bubble. That's my point. You know, anything, your school, you know, your hometown. Dang, I mean, dude, people are scared. Oh, yeah, you know, oh, man. All kinds of stuff. But fear is a big one, man. And I'm telling you guys, I guess we might as well go to the teacher. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about on the whiteboard.
To the boards!
To the boards, young man. To the boards. To the boards. I end up getting to ranting them anyways, so I'm just like, might as well put it on the board. The whole hour-long show should just be on the board, really. I don't want y'all just looking at my dumb face all day. Ooh, speaking of looking at something besides my dumb face all day, we are going to be doing something awesome for One Thing Thursday. I got an awesome show planned, and things will probably look a little different. Okay, now for real, seriously. Emotions, thoughts, decisions. We're not going to get into this part really quite yet. Most people aren't really aware of this. And I know a lot of y'all are like, yeah, I am. I'm aware of my thoughts all. No, not quite. Not quite. Okay? So just for a second, we'll talk about decisions like we were talking about earlier. I'm just going to branch off of that and then we'll go back into the guide stick. This is just the way. Okay? How do I know? This is more of an after thing. But anyway, decisions. Decisions are not just, you have a decision every single day. Every single day when the alarm clock, when the good Lord, wakes you up out of bed, I don't know, whatever the hell pulls you up. But every single day when that thing pulls you up, you have a decision immediately to make. Immediately. Most of y'all don't. I used to too. It was PT, man. I fucking hate. I work out every single day now at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, we're usually in the gym already. And I'm like, I used to hate that shit in the military. Like, I could not do it. I was just sitting on the edge of my bed like that. And I wish I had told this story when we were in Wide. One time, I'll tell you a really funny story real quick, so this way I can suck up some time. Just like that. I used to wake up like a complete zombie, man. Like, it was just weird. And so I'd sit on the edge of my bed sometimes, and I'd just sit there, and I'd fall back down and go back to sleep, and Jessica would be like, babe, get up, and I was like that 20-time alarmer, dude. Like, I was serious about this morning ritual I had. I'm telling you, habits of 20 alarm clocks, wibble wobbling. One day, I got up, though, because I was like, yeah, I'm up. I got to go to PT. I don't know how long this happened. I don't know, because I was still fucking sleeping. I was sleepwalking, essentially. Right? And then she wasn't. But I remember doing that, right? Like, I was wobbling. I remember doing the fall back. That's because, hey, it's just like Inception. Get this chair out. It's just like Inception. I was like, as soon as I felt myself fall back, I woke up. And then as I woke up, I fell all the way back. And I hit the corner of my ass, like my ass on the corner of the dresser. And just ripped this huge chunk. I'll show y'all a scar, I swear. Hey, don't test me. And it just ripped this big crescent chunk out of my ass, right? And that's aftermath, right? All I remember is waking up and then being like, ah! And I didn't know it felt like a snake bit. I didn't know what. You have again, it was like waking up in the woods. Okay, so do that one. Remember we talked about walking out into the woods and you're lost now. No, I just woke up with this just insane, and then she, of course, just freaks out and wakes up, and I'm like, what's going on? What is going on? And that's when I get up and I look and I see the dresser and I see my ass just bleeding everywhere, and I'm like, hey, well, no PT today, that's for sure. That's how much I hated that shit, dude. Seriously, that's how much I fucking hated that. And I really did. I went to the nurse, and it was cool. We had like female nurses and stuff, so they're all looking at my ass and shit. And for people, I'm like, I know, right? Yeah, I was lifting weights this morning, and I just no, seriously, back to my point. You have a decision. Okay, we smoked a little bit. I'm not fucking. Okay, all right. You have a decision to make, right? Right when you get out of that bed and you're sitting there and you're doing that, and you usually make unconscious decisions and do the alarm clock thing or whatever, because we don't ever think about that part. Remember when we talked about thoughts? We don't ever think about the first thing I have to do when I wake up. Usually the first thing I have to do when I wake up is something like brush my teeth. But what about the 30 minutes it took you from the time you actually opened your eyes to the time you got to that? Dang, it's a struggle, man. And you got to start thinking about that stuff so that you can start building a different habit or doing something different about it, So either way, just decisions, the first and the only thing I really want to tell you about decisions is that they happen on a micro level. Every day, almost every minute. And I know that sounds overwhelming. You're like, I can barely make a decision. Just chill. You won't have to once you start thinking about it. Some of these decisions will kind of make themselves. They already do. These decisions already make themselves most every single day. So they will still do that, right? We talked about subconscious. Subconscious mind can make a lot of decisions for us without ever needing our approval. Bite your fingernails. Yes, sir. Go smoke that cigarette. You know, so your brain can make all kinds of decisions without you, and it will. But if we learn how to use this part, if we think about our decisions differently, even just differently, right? We talked about perspectives. This is where we can change our perspective of any situation. You can choose at any moment to look at your situation completely different. People do it all the time. We do it all the time. That's why we're like that. I teach my team to be like a blank slate. So that way they can always just make a new decision. Right? Like, think it out. Change your decisions. Boom. Go that way. Pivot. Just pivot. Just pivot. But it's hard to pivot if you first can't understand the difference between that thought, that decision, and the emotions behind it. Okay? And I'll get into emotions because I'm not going to talk much about thinking. If you want more about thinking, about your thoughts, just like I said, just think about them so much more focused first, Focus in on, like I said, the things you think you already know. And just start asking quality questions about that stuff. Don't start asking questions yet about, your future or your life and all these things if you don't even know where you're going. We've talked about that stuff. If you don't even have a plan for your life yet, then think about that. Ask yourself a good quality question like, why don't I go out and do that thing I already feel like I know? We'll do a really quick thing, think about. I always ask this question. If you woke up today, right? What if you didn't have anything? It's Saturday. You have unlimited amounts of money. You have all the love and joy and happiness you need. You got all your homies around you every day. Whatever. You're in your peak what would you do that day? What would you do that day? And it seems like a simple question to answer, but if you really get into that thinking part of it, right? There's some quality fucking answers in there too. You didn't even have to go to Google. There's some quality answers just in asking yourself that question, because that can really lead you to make some better decisions about where you're going right now and what you're doing right now. I hope that makes sense. But either way, I'll tell you all about emotions, right? Because emotions are really what's driving most people. These two things we've talked about. This stuff falls into you notice threes. This stuff falls into that spirit, mind, and body stuff we were talking about. This is kind of the same principles, and so watch. Think about that, and if it's confusing now about just what I'm talking about with decisions and then thoughts and emotions, and you want to know more about where each one comes from, go back. I'll tag it in the description and all that down here. You'll be able to go back and watch that video about spirit, mind, and body and what the difference is, because they're the ones that are kind of driving each one of these guys. So, either way, take that off the board and talk about just emotion. So, we all kind of know, you don't think with your emotions, right? You damn sure shouldn't be making decisions with your emotions, right? Some people, I hate to be specific or stereotypical here, but I'm definitely talking to you ladies too. I'm talking to some ladies, okay? For real. I'm talking to some dudes out here too, but I'm talking to a lot of ladies too. And I mean, you can take it however you want to. You know what's up. Hey, if you're getting mad right now, you know what I'm talking about. So go ahead and get mad if you want to. Go ahead and get mad about that. Go ahead and go all feministic on me and everything if you want to. And be like, that's fucking bullshit. Alright. I hear you. See? Emotions are more like how do I know I'm doing it right? How do I know I'm doing life right? It's by how you feel about it. If you're getting bad feelings, stress all the time, if you're always worried about something, always worried, right? Like if you're always like afraid, and some people hate the word afraid, but that's because they haven't studied their emotions enough. You know, they just keep letting them run all over the place. But once you start studying, once I said you get the other two together, to start thinking about that too, right? And you start making, like I said, you start thinking about my emotions first. Like, where do they come from? Like, you have a fear brain. If you've ever, start with Google. Go ahead and Google fear brain. What a fear brain is. I don't even know if I've ever Googled what a fear brain is. I just know because I've read a lot. But a fear brain is, it's this idea that your brain is programmed to fight or flight things. It's programmed to give you comfort, survivability. Very basic shit. Your fear brain, the little brain inside your really big smart brain, could give two shits less whether or not you have money. As long as you got like a house, right? Basic needs. We've heard of that, like shelter, some other mofo next to you. So if you got a lizard and that lizard understands you, then like fear brain's good. You don't need to have a husband with a six-pack and no. Hey, can that thing kill shit? Can that thing kill shit? Is that thing big and strong? Whatever. Resources? Okay, fear brain. Look it up. So this idea that your brain is going to kind of navigate through the world for you and help you get to your no, the fuck it isn't. It's going to give you a lot of emotions and stuff, a lot of cue cards, but it's not going to tell you specifically, right? You have to get this thing under control. You have to kind of get past the emotion part. You have to understand that your emotions come and go like the wind. You know they do. That's why I said that there's such a nearsighted goal. Being angry at somebody, I mean, come on, are we really ever mad at somebody at 6 months? No, fuck no. You're just so addicted to the emotion now of that anger. That's why we like these emotions so goddamn much. They give us that instant gratification we were talking about. Like a fear brain can feed itself with all these things. Anger, fear. Like I said, it could just no, don't go out there. Don't do that. Well, where are we going to get the money? Where are we going to find the time? What if he doesn't love me back? What if is like oh my God. I mean, put blood all over this motherfucker. What if is fear. That's what if is. So stop it. Don't tell me, oh, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of my life. The fuck you are. I watch it every day. If you're not so afraid, skip work today. Skip it. Just do it one day. Just one day. You're a great worker. You work all the time. You work hard. Whoops. I subconsciously go to my life sometimes, and I don't mean to. You don't have to skip your job or anything, but I'm just saying, analyze. My favorite one time I did around here, and this is kind of I'm gonna set you up for a good personal embarrassing story, so I'll lead off with one because we're gonna go into that in a second. Emotions. Look up fear brain, and then you'll kind of get this idea about how you can beat that stupid little fear brain, because you can. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Like, your brain is built, it's old, man. It's older than you think when you start broadening your perspective, right? And start looking at life from maybe not just my whole town here, but outside of your town is a city, outside the city is a region, outside the region is a fucking whole continent. And I mean, Antarctica has a whole different idea about what they think the world is like than you do. Imagine if you're born in Antarctica.
That'd be dope.
Be sick. I mean, if you're born there, fuck, I don't know what do they do for fun in Antarctica? You have no idea. The things you think you know, though. I know everything there is. Yeah, Antarctica, ice. People live there. People actually live there. People actually live all over the place. I love this stuff, man. It's like, oh, I love to travel. So go. There's a good one. I love to travel. All right, go. Go, Oliver. He's like, man, I want to go to Colorado and stuff. Well, why are you staying in my apartment then? Well, I got to get some money together, and I don't know anybody in Colorado, well, what is my mom's gonna miss me. She worries about me a lot, and Say it one more time, and I'm going to go to Colorado for you. I'll tell you what it looks like. Say it one more time. That's what I told him. I said, say it one more time. I'll be in Denver this weekend. I'll come back, and I'll tell you what it looks like. I'll make some decisions. I'll walk down my stairs, get in my car, because my car is fucking badass and fast, and I'll fucking stomp on the fucking gas pedal, and I'll go until my gas runs out. And then I'll stop on the side of the road and I'll pick up a gas. Oh, see, I'll tell y'all about making a plan and making decisions. Okay? You know, and that's what I told him. I was like, you could be there. Hell, you could be there by the end of the day if you wanted to be. But that's the difference. If you can't make those kinds of decisions, don't sit around and talk to me about you're not afraid. Okay? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And that's okay. We all are. That's my damn point. It's okay because we all are. I'm afraid every single day that this ain't going to work out the way I wish it would have. That you know what my biggest fear is? Is that one day somebody's going to come to me and really need me to understand something about them, or that they're going to, and I'm going to miss it. That's my biggest fucking fear. Honest to God. I don't know what they're going to need me for. I don't know if it's, you know, see, my fear brain will come up with, they're going to be jumping off a roof, or there's going to be a hostage situation. They're going to be like, oh, only Rod can ever, I don't know. My fear brain will come up with all kinds of awesome ideas for me. But in the end, I just do it, man. I just get on here and I just fail over and over and over. Over and over, every day. I'm going to show y'all success on Thursday, hopefully. We're going to switch to, hopefully, see? I'm afraid, But tomorrow, you know, on Thursday, I'm going to change it. As soon as this comes down, we're going to change everything around here. Make it look better. You know, hopefully make it sound better. We're going to work on it. We're going to work on it. We just keep failing a little bit. You just want to tell them about what you think, you know? Tell them about what you think. Okay. I'm not going to build it. Yeah, go wide. I'm done. I don't want to teach about fear no more. Get over it. Blah. Fair enough. Hey me. Oh, no. Oh, guys, speaking of, I got something cool to talk about while we're moving over to the live chat. I'm starting a club. Starting a club, a community, a group. A group of like-minded individuals like myself who want to hang out sometimes and talk about things that I like to talk about. Here's the thing. I can't really flex with a lot of people anymore. And this is just like, I mean, call it what you want to. I don't know. They're going to call it all kinds of things. I just don't have time. Okay? So, like, I know a lot of people, like, I want to talk to y'all too, but you didn't even really want to talk to me until you, like, I don't even know why a lot of people want to talk to me. You know, I'm like, do you want to talk to me because you want my help, or do you want their help? Because they'll help you build a business, right? Or do you want my help because my help's more personal? So, and like we talked about before, a lot of people call me because they just want to bitch, though. They just want somebody to get their emotions out about it, you know? And I don't have time for that kind of stuff, you know? I can help you beat that. I can help you beat the fear. I can help you change the anger into love. We can, you know, real quick. But if you just want to stand around and talk about them and just, like I said, just more about the, fuck that. And, you know, this shit sucks. And, I don't know, man, I'm never going to make it. But my favorite one is if we talk, right, if you come across this black card, the first question I'm probably going to ask you is, you know, what's going on or whatever, talk to me. And, like, a lot of times, the first thing that come out of, we'll get into relationships, for example. And this is guys, girls, anybody. We'll get in relationships, and they'll say, I didn't do anything wrong. Get out. Get out. Look at that. You didn't do anything wrong. If you come into my whatever the fuck, we meet in a coffee shop, but I just cannot stand when I hear words like always, never, anything, nothing, definitives. I didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do a single thing wrong. Get out. If you can't even admit that you didn't do a single thing wrong, then you got to go. You know, you're not even at square one. That's why it costs so much to hang out with me, because most people ain't even in square one. That's easy right there. You're telling me you can't take even one single iota of responsibility? I'm always wrong. Everything that happens on this show is my fault. If it don't come on time, that's my fault. My bad. Get it? You know, hey, we're gonna get better at it. We're gonna change and we're gonna pivot. Right. We're gonna plan, and then we're gonna measure that plan, and then we're gonna approve it, and then we're gonna do it again. Bang, every time. What went right, what went wrong? Hey, me, I fucked that. I'm sitting around here talking about, Marcus, my show didn't come on because Jessica, why aren't you But we ain't got time for none of that, man. We're all doing something fucked up, so if we all just fix what we're doing fucked up, guess what? Everything gets better. And I help. You know, I help point things out because it's my job, help point perspectives, but I don't... It's my fault. I didn't help you see it. That's what a real leader should always say. My bad, man. We fucked this up. If you think you're a boss or a leader or a supervisor or something, do not go up to your employees and tell them you fucked that. No, they did not. We fucked that. I didn't teach you well enough. I didn't give you the proper tools. I don't know, man. I failed you some way, obviously, because it would have got done, and you would have known what to do. Hey, and guess what? Even if it is, if you're a lazy piece of shit and you're sitting, then I definitely failed you. You're fired. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. You see, there's no time, man. You know, if you really got something, you want to do something, so do I. And, you know, so do these guys. And then that's why, you know, hang with us. But the things you think you know are fucking you. You know, the things you think you know about starting a business, the things you think you know about yourself. It's hard to learn. It's hard to grow off of those weak platforms, right? Like we said, if you don't have a strong premise, if you don't first know the tool you're working with and exactly how that tool works and exactly what it does and what it's made for, and even a couple other things it can do that it's not made for, you know, whatever. Hey, did you know you could also, that's a really tight, you know, that's what coaches do. Hey, this is a pencil. It sure is. It also stab a nigga in the eye real quick. Wow. You know that? No.
That's the Joker.
I don't kill people. Neither do I, but just in case. You see? I mean, coaches give you that other little bit. He'd be like, oh, I got this move right here. He'd be like, oh, but did you know you could also hit him with that one right there? And then go, sap, you know? I don't know. I don't play basketball, but it fucks with people's minds. So, either way, same concept, though. How'd you learn about sex, though? Tell them the things you think you know. Tell them how you learned about fucking
obviously, like, as a young boy and stuff, I grew up over in Ukraine for a couple years, and because of that, and because I was homeschooled, I didn't really have the whole, like, typical sex ed class. And my parents, they were good about, like, giving me some books about it. They talked about it, but they left a lot unknown. And, like, one of the things was, I just wanted to know what the fuck, like, a girl looked like down there. But my parents were also really good about keeping references to genitalia androgynous. So they just referred to all genitalia as peepers. Which is cool and all, like, that's really suave. But when you go looking that up on Google, you just see a bunch of frogs.
That's hard.
And I was like, nah, alright, this isn't what I'm looking for. These aren't the droids you're looking for. So, but me being the smart critical thinker that I was, as fueled by the homeschooling and all that, like teaching myself a bunch, I knew how to find something, especially when I was as motivated as I was. So, I went to Wikipedia, and I did know the word sex. So, I typed the word sex in Wikipedia, scrolled down till I could find a diagram where it had the female body. And there I couldn't really tell anything either. It was just like, what's going on? That's nothing. Like, but there was an arrow pointing to that general region, and it said vulva. So I wanted to take that a step further. And so I went back to Google with this new information that I found, this new word that opened up this whole new world to me. And I typed vulva into Google. And I made sure to turn the safe search off. I wasn't dumb. But what I found was not exactly what I was looking for either. Because I don't know if you're aware, but vulva is more a term widely used in the medical world. And there's not really many reasons to photograph vulva for medical reasons unless there's something going on with it.
Oh, how old were you?
I think I was about 12. And so, anyways, I look at these pictures and I finally find out what a vulva looks like. But suddenly I didn't understand why sex was such a big deal in American culture.
He's still straight as an arrow. How? I don't know. I ran away.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised that, like, I'm straight to this day. But it took me a couple weeks after that. I was like, nah, dude, like, I'm good. Like, I don't have to search any of that shit. Like, my parents were right. Sex, I can wait. Like, maybe if I really, really love the girl. Maybe.
But she nailed it. You look at mom work. See, it worked just like that. Just calm peepers. Nailed. Hey, no. Most of you guys, if you're not a critical thinker like this, dude, most of them are crippling for life. They're crippling for life. They'll never know because they'll never go ask more quality questions.
Well, and another thing too, like a lot of times you got to be careful as a parent because there's a lot of stories of people who have turned to like really fucked up, like perverted sexual things because of having such a strict background and they didn't know what they were looking for.
Right.
And so when they got into sex, it was just this big bad open world like the Wild Wild West.
And they don't know
and
what
they
to do.
have no understanding of like what limits should be placed on what things.
Exactly.
And so thankfully like I was able to find those things out through socializing later on in high school and stuff.
Talking to other people what they, but then see now it's built on this perception of what other people think they know about sex, you know?
True.
Instead of even
Greeks were
guys,
doing it all.
Parents, this is the best advice I can give you. Talk to your children. He just said 12 years old. He's already asking questions. So was I, I'm sure. I have a hard time remembering my life in chronological order, but I mean, I remember going back, like trying to, you know, and it's not, I got a story. Mine's less sex related, but mine was alcohol. For the very first time, I got into high school, right? And I didn't know anything about drinking. My family, they drank, you know, of course, but it was, don't do that.
You're not allowed to have that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have that. Well, that's not a good premise, you know? That's not a good thing for me to go. What do you know about alcohol, young man? Don't. But what if you did? See? There's always that one. You know, there's another question.
Why don't?
Why not? Yeah, well, what's... You know, and you're going to ask yourself a question. You're... Oh, fucking A, you know? But, hey, really, I hated it. So I was in high school. My high school friends, shout out, but I appreciate it still nonetheless. We went, you know, the first time I snuck out of my house, you know, I would have, not, my parents weren't really super strict at all, but they thought that I was wild and crazy. We just had a disconnect thing. The things they thought they knew about me and things I thought I knew about them really conflicted our emotions a lot, you know, and so our emotions like, all the time. But, so, nonetheless, I'm not going to go into my whole childhood right now, but I snuck out. We're going to go to this party, and then go to a party. I've never been to a party. Never been to a high school party. None of this stuff, man. It's just like a movie. And I show up, and everybody's like, yeah, shots. Let's do shots. What did I know? Don't do it. But here everybody's saying, let's do it. That's all I have to... Now I come down to my decision, right? Because it was a little one. Trust me, I didn't think about it like that when I was doing it. Trust me, it was like, oh, shots, cool, hell yeah. I've never done this before. Okay. Holy fuck, yeah, wow. You know, we've all been there. But all I'm saying is, I went on to take about like 10 more of those within like a 3-hour time frame, and I fell asleep face down in the toilet. Luckily, one of my saved my life, I guess, because I'm pretty sure I was drowning in there. They just said, hey, God, dude, hey, if you don't believe in divine intervention sometimes, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell y'all some stories of times. I was face first asleep in this toilet, and my buddy just came, hey, man, are you okay? And he lifted my head, and that's when I, again, woke up, just like the time I woke up with my ass bleeding. I woke up with my, huh? No, I'm good now. Let's party. What? I was just puking real quick in my face. I'm good. I blacked out after that. He put me in the bed and I died forever. And I woke up the next day and all I could keep thinking was like, how did I not see that coming? You know, like how come I didn't? I had no idea. You know, I wish I would have just known what it does to my body. How I wish I would have known a lot more of that stuff, and I could have easily known if we just talked about it. You know, I didn't have to drink it. You know, hell, I don't know if it would encourage me to drink it, knowing more, knowing less. I really don't know when it came time for me to make the decision, because in the end, parents, I'm just giving y'all some, you don't get to make the fucking decision for them, so why not let them know what the fuck they're getting themselves into if they're going to? That's just my philosophy. Fucks with me if you do. Hey, if you don't like it, tell me about it. Tell me why. See, that's what I'm talking about. Perspective changing. If you don't like that idea, if you think that they shouldn't know anything about it because it's going to encourage them to want to do it, then tell me why you think that. Don't just come and blast me though, because I'm going to ask you a good quality question about what you think you know about it before you do. So, hey, whatever, guys. Yeah.
I did the same thing. Like, it's funny, like, yours were both kind of in a negative orientation. You know, you didn't have a great handle on the full context of the situation, and so it came out badly. But in retrospect, that also can be. It can also come out in a good way. Like the first time I ever smoked weed for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, I just walked to my buddy AJ's bus stop because
Yeah.
mine was boring because I was by myself. You know,
the
and,
decision could work out awesome.
and he was sitting there and he just had a can. He was like, you wanna try this? And I was like, what is it? It's weed. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was like, yeah, sure. Best school bus ride of my life. I used to hate the bus ride to school every day. It was the worst time. I'm tired and I don't want to be there, and it's like shuttling all of us there.
Yeah.
That day I was like up in my chair looking out the window, like, dude, it was all bumpy and I was just like chilling. And then I thought to myself, I was like, why doesn't everybody do this? They should just give this to you when you get on the bus.
Yeah, like you should just like.
And you know, like not knowing
Missing the
things
bus.
can also lead to joy when you discover what they actually are.
Because, hey, like I said, a lot of people, hell, I still to this day can't get my mom to smoke weed. She just refuses, flat out. Flat out. Nope.
Because what she thinks she knows about.
Let's think about it. Nope. But, yeah, hey, a lot of people it's not her fault. A lot of people her age have been ingrained with a idea of what they think they know about drugs. Dude, the war on drugs was serious back then. And you think it's a war on drugs now. It was a war on your mind about drugs back then. It was a war about, hey, weed's it's gonna kill us all. It's corrupting our society. You know, if we don't crack down in one. Public enemy number one was marijuana. It was black people. It was rap music. Come on now, seriously. Go. Hey, we were just talking about this. There's an awesome documentary on Netflix. You want to start doing some learning about things you think you know. Go watch this documentary, 13th, I think it is. It's called 13th or 13. Just type 13 in. It'll come up. It's a documentary about our prison systems and kind of where we think they came from.
And I know a lot of you think you know about that.
Yeah, they think they know everything that there is to know about criminals and prisoners. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Go look into that a little bit. That's my point, guys. Hey, if I can leave y'all with one last thing, you know, of course, like I said, really look into your fear brain and decide, am I making decisions with my decisions and thoughts, or am I making my decisions with my decisions and emotions? Am I even thinking about my emotions and my decisions and my thoughts as different things? Go back and watch, like I said, that spirit, mind, and body video about like spirit and what it does and what mind does and what body does and how all these three things connect, guys. You know, and the book's coming, true. So I mean, trust me, guys, I got plenty of content for you guys. So just study more of these ideas. You know, it's a live show. We just like to have fun a lot of times too. So I don't want to bore you guys with too many lessons, but I know people want to go deeper. You know, I know people want to understand more about the things that I'm talking about. And so I'm coming out with services and ways to give that to you guys. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time, so it has to cost money. You know, I have to pay for things. I have to grow. We have to grow. It's not going to cost a lot because it's just a group. You know, we're going to hang out, you know. It's going to be a small group. Like I said, you'll get access to my books and stuff and content, articles. I'm even going to be doing like other live webcasts and shit like this on the actual group too. So you can do that. We were going to talk about Q&As and stuff, but I'm going to give that to my group members, you know, because like I said, we're going to start paying, you know, to hang out and just be in a closer group. Part of the reason why I'm going to charge for the group instead of just letting out the you know, I told you, some people are not as serious about it as others are. And it takes some kind of commitment to that, you know, to know that we are like-minded individuals. Because I pay for any kind of amount of knowledge, you know. Hell, I pay these guys to hang with me every day. I pay their bills just so they can be around me to help me do the things. I mean, you hire employees and people all the time. So if you're not even in that state of trying to, you know, give an exchange from people, then, you know, then that's cool. Watch the live show where we don't really give an exchange, you know. But I want you to get, you know, because I love you guys. I love you guys. So, you know how I was talking about, I love you all. You know, and anyways, we're going to have the group. It's the 123 Club, you know, so check a look for that. I'm going to post it everywhere, of course. March 10th, guys, come out to Spider House and hang out with me.
Come hang out with
hang
us.
out with
it's
us.
Free. There's going to be
it costs you nothing. I'm going to be going ham busy bone in that place because I like it. I hang out there all the time.
It's going down
It's
forever. Everybody loves that song.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, there's gonna be some fresh live art, dude. Live artists, music, obviously. I'm gonna be talking. My boy Assassins. They're gonna rip.
Hey, if y'all slept on that house party,
Rip.
you slept wrong.
Oh, you missed it. You missed it. If you, the things you thought you knew about that house party ruined you. Fucking ruined you. The things I thought I knew, I was busy. I missed it, but I saw the pictures. Anyways, guys, it's Tuesday. Go out and do something awesome today. You know, love it, live it, live it. You know. And I asked him this morning, I'm like, what are we gonna do today, guys? We just spin this awesome dice I have of just awesome, loving, laughing emotions. Keep working on it. Keep grinding on it. Fun plus work is creation. I'm telling you guys, it's so much fun. Just keep banging on it. Keep trying. Keep watching my show, right? Hopefully watching my show is building some better habits. I see some people out there who are, you know, patrons of the show, and I appreciate you guys so much. I hope that you guys will bring more friends and people who know who, you know, we are. You'll be in the group as soon as it comes live, so don't even sweat that, you know, you're already in. But I appreciate you guys, and like I said, I love each and every one of you, and I hope that we can keep hanging together, guys, and stay tuned on Thursday for the swap. Man, there's gonna be some new, we're gonna talk about processes and why we're growing so rapidly. You're gonna get to see real time, like I'm gonna teach about what it is that we're doing that makes us grow so fast. Like I said, if you don't think I'm growing fast, go back a couple videos. It's only March. I've been at this a couple months. Go back and look. I'm growing fast. And I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how on Thursday. One Thing Thursday. It's going to be fun, guys. I love you all. Thank you for coming out.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Check us out on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I want 1,000 by my birthday.
Smash that button.
Take it out. Take it out. I love you guys. 1,000. Takes this.